Hey, what's going on, family? It's Luclin here, and yes, here we are back in my world where I was creating the TNT cannons. Now, we are standing next to the most popular one that you guys requested that you wanted a tutorial for. So, for those of you that are watching this for the first time, there's a video out there that kind of shows these 5 TNT cannons that I created here and what they do and how they work. Well, this one right here was the most popular. It's called the Siege Cannon, and if you click it like this, like so, and you'll see that it goes down and it has a lot of projectiles that fly out. Now, a TNT cannon is affected by a few different things, and we're going to go over that in a minute. So here's what I decided to do. Instead of doing a tutorial on just this particular TNT cannon, what I'm going to do is actually break down the anatomy of a TNT cannon for you guys and walk you through how TNT cannons work and the effect of what happens when you do different things with the TNT. So, what it boils down to is the TNT cannon, there's 3 things that really matter. It's the projectile, the propellant, and the timer. Now, the projectile obviously is what gets shot out of the cannon. The propellant is obviously what propels that projectile to get shot out of the cannon. And the timer is what times the projectile and the propellant together to cause that force to shoot the projectile out of the cannon. So what I'm going to show you guys over here is this is kind of a skeleton of the siege cannon, and this is how it works. So if you look here, these 4, and those 3, these are the projectiles. Then if you look under here, you've got those 4, these 3, and those 3. These are the propellant. Now, the way that this works is you have to time, like I said before, you have to time the propellant with the projectile. When the projectile drops to the propellant and when the propellant goes off, it shoots the projectile. So that relies on a timer. Now I'm going to show you how I hook this up. So if you look here, I have a repeater here, and it's on these 2 dispensers. Then I have another repeater. It's on those 2 dispensers. And the reason why I did that, there's a reason why for this. Because over here, if you look at this, I have an example set up for you. So if I put the blocks here with the repeater on top here, the only dispensers that are going to go off are these 2 here. This one will not go off because the charge is being put into here and it goes down into 1. So this is crazy because watch what happens. So I have 3 dirt blocks in here. So if I hit this, you'll see that only 2 come out. Just like that. Only 2 by putting it in the center. So now if we come over here, you'll see that there's 3 here. And if I hit this, 3 blocks come out. So there's a rule of thumb to how to do that. So this is why I did this over here. Because right here I have 1, 2, 3. And if I put 1 here, then up there, it just kind of makes your footprint a lot messier, stuff like that. So all these are going to all go off at one time. So as you can see over here, this one's hooked to these 3. So all I need to do is just wire it up. So we're going to wire it up now. Let's go ahead and get it wired up. Like so. And oh, wait, I want to show you guys something also. The other thing too is one of the things you got to be careful with is putting redstone on top of a block that a dispenser is under, because if that becomes charged, it'll make that dispenser go off, and then you don't want that to happen because it'll be premature. So if you look right here, you see how I have this redstone and then this one? Now remember, the bottom dispensers are a part of the propellant, not a part of the projectile. So what's going to happen here is when the projectile's timer goes through, and if that redstone was there, this would go off again, causing another block to come out the back, which could cause problems. So if I take a torch and I lay it here, listen, you hear that? That's making that that propellant dispenser to go off, and we don't want that. So let's get rid of that, and let's just put a repeater here, and then lay the redstone across like this. Pretty easy. And then come over here, we'll lay this down to there, and we want to make sure everything is powered when we do this. So let's go here. I think we're good like that, and good like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay some power to it and see what we get. How do I want to do this? Oh, we'll do it like this. Just throw this here and put some power in. See where it goes. Okay, it looks like everything is powered. Okay, that was the goal. So now the projectiles are all powered at one time. Now this down here, the propellant, is also at one time. Same thing. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to lay a timer on this. I'm going to show you guys how to actually set up a timer, because there's different ways that you can time it to shoot the projectile off. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So over here, I have 2 pieces of redstone, and I have a piece of TNT in the ground, and there's water underneath this TNT, so nothing gets blown up. Because what's going to happen is once that ignites, it's going to go down into the water and it'll blow up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to time how long it takes this TNT to blow up for that light to light up. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to time it. Okay, so what happens is that light is going to go off first, which causes the projectile to drop down, and as the projectile is dropping down, then the propellant is going off, which is going to cause that projectile to shoot off into the distance. So let me show you some examples of TNT and its power. So here's one piece of TNT. So we're going to stand here. I'm going to do this. This is one piece of TNT. Okay, so that didn't really do anything. Now let's try something else here. Let's do this. So let's block that down there. Block that. Let's see, I want to make sure it only goes down 1. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's do it again. Just stand here. Okay, so that's one piece of TNT, and that's the power of it. Now we come over here, and I have it set up for 1, 2, 3 pieces of TNT. So we're just going to power this. Same thing. I'm being used as a projectile here. Okay, it's a little more powerful. Now these are old school TNT cannons. This is how they were built back in the day. Now this one right here, this is going to be 14 pieces of TNT. So we're going to do this here, just like that, and right here. Now what's going to happen, I'm going to stand in front of it here, and we're going to put this down. Now as this goes off, okay, a little more powerful, we went a little higher up in the air. Now I'm going to show you a way to make this even more powerful than what I just showed you with 14 pieces of TNT. We're going to do the exact same thing over here, but we're going to use a primer. And what I do with a primer is in the back here, this right here, it is basically, it's another piece of TNT that's on a separate timer that goes off first. So it lays in the back here, and it'll drop down, and it's going to explode before the 14 pieces of TNT. And when it does that, it's going to cause the other pieces of TNT to go into the front, which is going to come closer to me, which is going to cause me to get blasted out further. Now this is the same exact design as this, but this has a propellant on it. So watch what happens. Well, not a propellant, a primer. So watch. So we take this, do this. All right, you heard it. You heard 2 different sizzles. Now watch. Okay, now we went higher up than that other one, and it was still 14 pieces of TNT. Now we're going to come over here and show you this one. This is pretty sweet too. This is a lot of TNT. So it's going to have 2 primers in the back. We're going to lay this out. Like this. Just like so. Okay, now this is where it gets fun. So now, same thing. We're going to sit right here and just wait. So you'll hear it blow up once, and there we go. And we are man on the moon. Now that's really cool. Look how long it's taken us to get back down. That's how far that shot us up in the air. Now, let me show you some different techniques for the TNT. Now remember the distance we went with the 14 TNT, and remember the footprint. So here's the footprint here, and here's the footprint for this one here. Now this is 5 pieces of TNT. 5 pieces. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to drop a torch down. Just like this. Now you're going to see them, they're going to all fall on top of each other. We're going to sit right here, and it's going to shoot us off. That was only 5 pieces of TNT. Now we're going to come over here, and we're going to do 10 pieces of TNT. Let's go up, and there. So now come back down, and we're going to light it again, and we're going to sit in front of it here like this. This is 10 pieces of TNT. Look where we are. We're already above the clouds with 10 pieces of TNT. With 14 pieces of TNT over here, we didn't even hardly do that. Now, with the modern miracles of Minecraft science and them putting in cooler stuff, making it the ability to give us dispensers that output TNT that's lit makes it even better. So now, here we go. We have 12, this is 16 pieces of TNT right here, outputted through dispensers. Now look, This is the footprint of it. We can keep going up and drop the TNT down and do those things. I just want to show you what this does. So it's a wall of TNT. If I stand right here, and we are above the clouds too. That's 16 pieces of TNT. So there's different ways to make TNT cannons. The one thing that you really have to make sure of is your timing. Timing is probably one of the utmost important things in creating a TNT cannon. So if you come over here, you'll see that I have a projectile set up here, and I have 3 propellant down there. Now all I'm going to do is play around with the timing. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 repeaters that are timed, okay, at the max. So what we're going to do is we're going to just lay a torch down. You're going to see the propellant come out, then the projectile, and it shoots it. Nice little cannon. It just shoots. It's good. Now let's mess around with the timer a bit. Let's take this timer down 1, like this. So let's do it again. Let's see what happens. Okay, closer to the ground, it fell into the water. Now, if it was taken and we made the time a little longer, we're going to try that now. We're going to make it just a hair longer. So what we want to do is, we're making it a hair longer. So we're going to unhook all this real fast. Just like so, here, and we're going to make it longer. Just a little bit longer, not that much longer. So here, and then we'll put this here, just like that. Okay, let's try it again. See what happens. Timing, like I said, is the utmost important thing when you're making a TNT cannon. See, look at the height of it now. See how the height of it went up? So that's one thing you guys got to remember. Just remember your timing. It's really easy to make a timer. You can do it with the repeaters, and you can just kind of space them out and kind of figure out your own timing on how you want to do it. So that's really about it on the anatomy of a TNT cannon, on what is required. These are the most important things: projectile, propellant, and timer. That's what makes up a TNT cannon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial series. I don't really feel like I had to go in depth in teaching you how to create the siege cannon, because this really is it right here. It's not hard to create. It's real easy to. You just have to get those 3 things correct. You got to remember, you have to remember your projectile, your propellant, and your timer. You have to get your timing correct, and you can get your cannon to work great. Remember, when you're experimenting with these, to use a lot of water, because if you use the water and the TNT blows up in the water, it will not blow up your project. I've blown up many and many and many of cannons by not doing that. So yeah. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you guys once again enjoyed this tutorial series on TNT cannons, the anatomy of a TNT cannon. Remember, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let Grandma check it out. I'm pretty sure she could do some pretty cool things with TNT cannons. And if you're not subscribed, there's a little button there in the top left-hand corner with my mugshot. Just click that and you can subscribe to the channel. I will talk to you guys later. I'm out. Bye.